And this is going to be a really stupid question. Are cows... I think all cows are women, correct?
Brunch!
Hit it, boys! Okay, gonna start off with a quick homework assignment for you, Pete. I accidentally just came across this. I'm gonna need you to head over to the Rotten Tomatoes page for First Cow. You know what that is?
First Cow?
Yeah.
No, but I've heard of First Man.
So I was gonna kick this off with some Bounce Back Moss talk.
Okay.
Because Bounce Back Moss is indeed a thing right now. But on the left side, it's one of the other movies it said was First Cow. So I clicked on that. And the movie poster looks like the Peanut Butter Falcon.
It sure does.
Just that there were a cow instead of 3 people.
Yep, it absolutely does. It's a raft in the middle of, it seems like a river.
Yeah.
And there's just a cow on it.
Oh, it's A24.
Oh, shit. And it's got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, let's not scroll down. Let's just
Okay.
kind of think. We can read this critics consensus thing. First Cow finds director Kelly Reichardt revisiting territory and themes that will be familiar to fans of her previous work with typically rewarding results. Call us some Oscar voters because I don't know who Kelly Reichardt is.
Me neither.
What do you think her previous work was that when people would see a movie called First Cow, they'd think classic Kelly?
Yeah, seriously. Like, I don't know who Kelly is. I don't know her previous works. I don't know her previous themes. But apparently, people seem to like them. And if she's good enough for A24, she's good enough for me.
All right, now I'm going to look up Kelly Reichardt. She's American. Boo. She's known for her minimalist-style films, many of which deal with working-class characters in small rural communities. So she's like a farming Bruce Springsteen.
So you think that this cow is a woman?
Possibly. Why does it say
She deals with female themes. That's what she said. That's what the description said, right?
No.
Oh, wait.
She's known for her minimalist-style films, many of which deal with working-class characters in small rural communities.
I have no idea where I do.
Wow. I think you know. I just think it was probably problematic in some way, but I think you just like projected and threw that in there.
Yeah, I don't know where the women came from. I guess I was like...
And this is going to be a really stupid question. Are cows... I think all cows are women, correct?
Oh, yeah, because bulls are men, right?
Bulls
yeah.
are men?
Yeah.
So you were
that's
correct.
a good call.
But you either misheard or projected or something. Anyway, she made her feature film debut with River of Grass in 1994 and subsequently directed a series of film sets and films set and filmed in Oregon. The dramas Old Joy, 2006, Wendy and Lucy, 2008. These are all I came up with a thing of shorthand of like basically pre-Whiplash, like before I started watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
These are all PW. The Westerns Meek Cutoff. She forgot Meek Mill, 2010. And the thriller Night Moves, 2013. That one sounds out of place for all these. And then she wrote and directed the Montana set drama Certain Women. Man, Rotten Tomatoes or Wikipedia was not kidding with the rural communities.
Yeah, I like I like where this is going though, in terms of like the places where she sets her movies. I love a good like rural Montana, nice.
Well, you're a Wind River guy,
yeah, absolutely.
And that's some like middle of nowhere shit. She earned her MFA at the School of Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, Massachusetts. So she's from Miami. Her debut film, River of Grass, that sounds like a good title. That sounds like some Wind River stuff.
I got to check out Night Moves. I'm looking up Night Moves right now.
I mean, that's the one that of those stood out. It was definitely the outlier in that group, right?
Yeah, and it's got it's a 2 Oregon environmentalists played by Jesse Eisenberg.
What a cast!
Jesse Eisenberg and Dakota Fanning and a former Marine, Peter Sarsgaard, hatch a plan to blow up a hydroelectric dam.
This cast is Jesse Eisenberg, Dakota Fanning, Peter Sarsgaard, Alia Shawkat, and James LaGrosse. I don't know who that is. Let's see. He's an American actor. That's a brutal Wikipedia photo, bud. You seen this?
Who?
James LaGrosse. He's the other actor. Alia Shawkat is maybe from Arrested Development.
Oh,
Great
right,
actor.
yeah.
This is a really good... This must have been the year before I started watching movies, I think. But even so, I don't know if
I believe this movie is available on one of the streaming services because I've seen it either on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
really.
Yeah.
Have you you've seen?
I've seen
it exists.
yeah, I've seen it in the library.
Okay.
So I'm definitely gonna watch this movie. I might watch this movie immediately after getting out of the podcast.
Nice. Did you watch My Night with Hervé?
I have not.
You should, man.
I might.
It's really
I'm going
good.
to at some point. I haven't been able to watch anything.
People lauded Peter Dinklage's performance for that
Really?
movie, which kind of surprised me because it was
Yeah, you didn't seem blown away.
yeah. But I mean, he's a great actor. I guess this is like very basic of me.
You're probably just comparing him to
Right, it's very
Hervé.
difficult to play someone that you don't look like.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was gonna. It's not problematic that they chose Peter Dinklage, or that I mean, I think this was a Peter Dinklage passion project, but that like they chose Peter Dinklage to play another person with. I forget what Hervé had, so I'm not gonna even guess what it was. Anyway, that was a good movie. I would recommend people go watch it.
Speaking of good movies, by the way,
Yeah.
and Bounce Back Moss.
Yeah.
Invisible Man coming out of nowhere to be like one of the best movies of the year.
What a buzz.
Unbelievable.
Well, there is such a buzz around that movie right now. Everyone I know, people who don't see movies, are posting the Instagram things of like, here we go, like pictures of their ticket. And every person, I've asked Randy this, I've asked our friend Wayne this, I've asked Jeff Lowe this. Like some Untouchables have even been tweeting about it. Like, hey, but is it? It's not like actually scary. Like, there's not like a bunch of jump scares, and all the responses are, like, "Yep, there are. It's super scary. It's the best." And I can. This sucks. Listeners, text into the buzz. Did you find it off-putting or annoying how much I dragged my feet before Midsommar? Because if true OGs will know that I had to wait for you to see it, I had to wait for Randy to see it, I had to wait for us to do an episode on it with you guys telling me it after I'd already read the Wikipedia summary before I felt, okay, I can go see this.
I'm more annoyed by your hesitation to see this movie as opposed to Midsommar because I was scared going into Midsommar because it's so out of the ordinary in terms of like a horror movie and like it looked completely unsettling.
Yes.
And you didn't really like it was an A24 movie and the previews didn't really give you a great idea of what it was. So I think like the uncertainty of it made me really cautious, and I understood where you were coming from. Invisible Man, I think you kind of know what you're going to get.
Yeah, the more I think about it, I mean, I watched the Halloween movies as a kid, and I'll see the remakes of like your classic slashers where there is somebody around the corner or something like that. But
And you watch a lot of like dumb movies like The Purge and like some of these.
and there are, you know what? There are jump scares. In
That's
The
what I'm
Purge.
saying.
Yeah, that's true. There's some like, okay, nice, everything's okay. Ugh!
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and so like I know that you hate jump scares, but from everything that I've heard and everything that I've seen, this movie isn't reliant on jump scares.
Yeah, and it seems, I mean, everybody says, much like Midsommar, which was really the appeal there, is like, it's a great movie, which is so interesting to me. A, for Bounce Back Moss purposes. Also, I was told by Randy, Bounce Back Moss may be an incorrect term because she had another movie that came out after The Kitchen in 2019 that was good. And plus, I'd forgotten that she and Tim Heidecker played that great couple in Us. So ultimately...
I didn't forget that, but Us came before.
Right. But so I'm saying, like, ultimately, how bad a 2019 did Elizabeth Moss have if this other movie that came out after was great and the movie that came out before, Us, she was really good in? Really,
Yeah,
it's more of like there was a Moss sandwich on like a brioche bun. Like really good stuff. It was buttered, had the pickle. It was basically like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but the meat in it, which was the middle thing,
It was like spoiled.
was really bad.
Yeah.
Was like the worst movie I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth on Us because like I think that Us was a solid movie, but it was ultimately disappointing.
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
And but Elizabeth Moss I think was one of the better parts
Yeah.
of Us.
The good was it Good Vibrations, that scene in the house with their like tethered versions?
Yeah.
Just killing everybody?
Yeah.
That was a great scene. I did not know that was Tim Heidecker. I've had a real hard time figuring out who that guy is. When I saw I Think You Should Leave, not to pat myself too hard on the back, but absolutely pioneer on the check out Tim Robinson sketch shit.
You sure did.
We were doing episode. Did we have people on to talk about characters?
I don't believe so, but I
we
think
were
we had an
pushing
episode for
hard
it. Yeah.
on the characters.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was crazy about I Think You Should Leave, and I thought that guy in the it wasn't charades, but like when they're sitting around guessing the celebrities.
Yeah.
And the guy's saying all the ridiculous jazz guys. I thought he was funny, but I didn't know that was a person. And then someone was like, "Yeah, Tim and Eric." I knew Eric.
Yeah, everybody knows Eric.
Yeah, he's master of none.
Yep.
But he's great. Tim Heidecker is great. Good musician too.
Tim Heidecker is a huge Bernie guy.
Really?
Yeah, I believe he's on tour with Bernie.
Man, I'll say it again. Bernie has just some solid media representation.
Oh, yeah.
He's like if there were a Bernie festival, man, you could charge $1 million a ticket. People would go nuts for that. You'd probably have, I would assume, like Dead and Company. They'd probably be playing at that. I don't know where John Mayer falls on the whole thing, but I could see the other guys I could see the other guys in the Dead being very pro Bernie. Then you got the Strokes, you got Killer Mike, you got Vampire Weekend, you got Tim Heidecker. It goes on and on. You got Lucy, I can never say her name right. Dacus?
No idea.
One of the 3 members of Boy Genius.
Oh, okay.
She was.
Did you see Boy Genius is teaming up with Haley Williams?
Yes, and honestly, all I take that as is there's going to be more Boy Genius stuff, and that rules because that
with a little bit of Haley Williams mixed in. That's kind of cool.
I don't necessarily need Haley Williams there.
I like Haley Williams.
I do too, but
I don't think that she necessarily makes like everything exponentially better, but I enjoy her.
But I mean, you're putting her up against Bridgers, and Dacus.
I mean, even when she went up against Lauren Mayberry from Churches, like probably one of the most inconsequential cameos that has ever happened.
And that stunk. And it was for Bury It, which is their worst song, or one of their worst.
I don't know. I think Bury It's a pretty decent song, but like they threw Haley Williams into that like the quote unquote remix to that song, and it was just exactly the same. Yeah. Just one verse had Haley Williams, and it basically sounded like she was trying to be Lauren Mayberry.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No.
Yeah, give me some Bridgers, give me some Baker, give me some Lucy D. Lucy Dacus, if I'm saying her name right, was one of the viral Bernie clips. I'd like to thank the Lucy, and he definitely said her name wrong. Like Dacus band, thank you for the wonderful music. He's not gonna win, which is a bummer. Anyway, shout out everybody who voted for Bernie or Liz Warren
or just voted
and just voted, got out and just did what you thought was right. Shout out you. The sticker game wasn't as strong this year. I felt like
I didn't even get one.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, I got one.
I don't care. I wasn't gonna post. I wasn't gonna be like I voted. Check out my
voting experience was some real blooper reel shit.
What?
Yeah. I walked in there. I'd had my coffee too, but I was just like very clunky and drowsy. I walked in there, gave them my address, and they were like, "Okay." And nobody was there. Nobody was voting. So I walked over.
You say, "What am I early?"
And I vote right. I voted, and some. You see that everyone's mad. Like the order of the names.
Yeah,
because it's done with like a lottery or something.
Yeah.
Biden first.
Lottery.
It's a lucky guy. Anyway, in some places, I think it's on some of like the touchscreens, but I just had like a form, but on some of the touchscreens, like you really had to like enter some like secret passwords to find Bernie on that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. People, I think it was in California. People were like, "Come on, this is ridiculous." Anyway, I voted, and then I was done, and all the tables looked the same, and they all said check in here. So I was like, do I go back to where I checked in? I don't want to. So I just kind of stood there, And then one of the tables was like, all right, you can come over here now. So I did. Gave my information again. Realized I still had the pen. And I was like, oh, I've still got the pen. I'm going to run back over and put it there. And they did there was some real, like, well, I would hope so.
Oh, really?
Vibes thrown towards me. And I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to walk back over there. You want me to pull a Lozo and vote 5 times?
Oh, man. I'll tell you, one of my favorite jokes.
That was one of the great Twitter bits.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of my favorite jokes. It's so subtle, but, like, people who say vote early, vote often. I fucking love it. It's so funny.
Because there's always someone that's like, well, I hope you enjoy breaking the law because you're not allowed to do that. It's like, well, they seemed okay with it when I did it. I just voted a bunch of times.
It's so funny to me because like I saw it a couple times on Super Tuesday and like I didn't even think twice about it. And then I saw people responding to it and they were like, "Oh, excuse me, you're only allowed to vote once." And I was like, "Oh, that bit's hilarious."
Yes.
Fuck yeah. So yeah, I remember when Lozo did it. It's so fucking funny. But vote early, vote often is amazing.
How many times? How was your voting experience?
Which time?
The
first time was okay.
Oh, if I'd gotten a second crack at it, I would have been pretty good.
Yeah,
better.
I think yeah.
Now that like I felt it out, now I got a lay of the land and go in there. Yeah, you had a good voting experience though.
Yeah, it was fine.
Nice.
I always walk out of there like everybody makes such a big deal of it, and I know that it is a big deal.
So good.
Yeah, they're like,
when
yeah,
you're voting in Massachusetts.
I did it, and I was like, whatever. That wasn't a big deal.
You know what's weird? I didn't feel like I was. I felt like I was just kind of doing an automatic thing, and you know, it's gonna be Bernie or it's gonna be Warren, and whatever. May the best candidate win, and the other one can drop out and support the other one.
Yeah,
and maybe they'll have a chance. And I was checking it throughout the night. I was at work, and I was like, is Joe Biden smoking Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts? We don't know enough or care enough about politics to really spend too much time on it, but
I mean,
nobody saw
third,
that coming.
Yeah,
nobody saw that coming. Anyway, and then you get into everybody yelling at each other about like whenever something goes wrong politically, everybody looks to blame the people closest to them for it. I do think I'm a Bernie guy. I've not always been the biggest fan of like, and it's us against everybody, and like I don't know. I feel like you can maybe turn some people off, and like you're a great candidate in my mind, the best candidate. Maybe I'm silly for saying this, but like count on people to see the best one, and they'll vote for that. Like I don't know.
I definitely think that you're silly because counting on people to see the best in anything and choose that thing is a very risky game.
I don't know. I think like Massachusetts is, I would say, we say that we're a very smart state, and kind of wild to me that, in my opinion, the smartest candidate finished third, and the most compassionate, like best, purest person finished second. Like very smart and awesome person should be some hallmarks of a good candidate.
And it's like the closest ties to Massachusetts.
What do you mean? Oh
like
yeah,
Warren is the closest tie. Sanders, proximity wise, is closer. Like there's no real connection to Biden from Massachusetts, so that was surprising to me.
How many Republican listeners do you think are turned off by this episode?
How many Republican listeners do you think we even have?
I wonder that. I think that people probably got into us from Twitter.
Yeah.
So, very small chance that they are Republican. There are Republicans on Twitter, but I mean, it is split.
I don't think they follow.
There's like
us.
Republican Twitter, right? Like what Twitters would you say we are? I mean, you're definitely hockey Twitter,
yeah.
like hockey Twitter,
and Republican Twitter. Though there's a cross section there.
There is, yeah. I follow some like relatives of hockey players that I know, and every now and then it gets like a little dangerously close to like Dude, I know it. I know what you're doing when you retweet that thing you just retweeted. Please don't do
I
that.
don't want to like make it seem like hey, we don't want Republican listeners. We don't want Republican. Like, I think it's fine if you're a Republican. Be a smart Republican.
Yeah, pre-Trump Republican listeners. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out what's best for everybody. What was I going to say? Yeah, your hockey Twitter. We're definitely not. We're not like pop culture Twitter. Like, no one's really coming to. I think maybe hockey people will come to us occasionally for pop culture stuff.
Yeah,
I would honestly say that like I'm not any. I'm DJ Twitter.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone asked me the other day how many Twitter followers I had, and I guessed, and
I'm gonna say 27.6.
So I said 26.
Okay,
because I've had 26,000 Twitter followers for honestly like 6 years now.
Yeah,
and I have 27.1.
Oh wow, it was real close.
Yeah,
okay.
27.1. So I have kept the same amount of Twitter followers forever, and I kind of like that.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's a very comfortable spot to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
I did notice the other day. I went to your profile the other. This was unrelated, but I saw that you are you at 100 yet?
I'm not, but I'm very close.
You're
I'm
gonna have
500 away.
That's a real number.
Yeah,
that's a real thing. What does that do?
I don't know.
It probably gets you more stuff. Like Adidas sends you shit every now and then.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Like I just want like free shit.
Oh yeah, influencing is
free shit or money. That'd be cool. I don't want to like pimp out my Twitter, but like I don't know.
It does suck. Like I've said, we've said this about certain people before. Like, I don't want to name names because it sounds degrading to say, but like Twitter, you should get paid by Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, like you should get like monetary,
and not like one should get paid by Twitter. I'm saying like you should, like you do a lot of work for and on Twitter. Like you are of value to Twitter.
Yeah, but I mean, there are so many people that are valuable to Twitter, and like in the grand scheme of things, I'm not really that valuable.
I don't know, but if Twitter were $10 a month, this is a very Darren Rovell thing. Darren Rovell has put this out there before. Like if Twitter were $10 a month, do you think everybody would still have it?
No, definitely not.
You think no? All right, what if it were $10 a year?
Yeah, then probably
$10 a year. All right, so how many Twitter users are there? 100?
$10? Yes, they would make $1,000.
I don't know. I feel like Twitter should break you off like $10,000 a year as like an independent contractor.
I mean, I'm not going to say no. I'm definitely not going to say no.
I'd be a very shitty agent. I'm like, I think that you should give Pete $10,000. They're like, oh well, no one gets paid by Twitter, so no. They're like, all right, well, in a perfect world though, could be kind of cool.
Could be cool. I had one of like my biggest Twitter months ever last month.
Why? What did you? Oh, was the
T tweet?
The T tweet?
The T tweet went nuts.
I thought you were talking about the NFL tweet. I mean, that was huge.
That was part of it. Yeah.
That was also I'm going to sound like I'm hating. That's also like a tweet you've done before, right?
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, well, now. The mock complaining, I saw sex on TV.
Yeah,
now my life
fucking
is
my
ruined.
couch. Yeah, I think that what might have made it pop off this time
my
around.
Dogs keep having
son.
Sex. There are puppies everywhere.
I said my son is fucking the couch. I thought that was like a nice little cross section of like how do I explain this to my kids, and also my kid is so horny right now. That one did good.
My kid is now capable of sex.
But yeah, that between that one and the T tweet where I said fellas is a gay to enjoy a hot beverage, that got 30,000 retweets. And I looked at like the numbers because like I was pretty far away from 100,000. I was like, it might take me like till the end of the year to reach 100,000. But I got 9,000 followers last month.
Wow,
crazy. So
I was gonna say we should do like a going through all of our best tweets, but I can't remember any good ones I've had, but I think it would be like a funny juxtaposition. Like you would have something that
I want to know like what pops off for you versus like what pops off for me.
Well, we've done this experiment before where like, hey, I know my Twitter well enough to say that this will get like 3 retweets, 18 likes. What happens when you send it? And you'll send it if it's, and especially like if it's hockey related, from like 7 to 11 p.m. Is like, I forget what it was. It was like a very like basic Joe Thornton related thing, and it got like 250 retweets.
Yeah,
because you're like you're trusted in that space. But to answer like what pops off for me, nothing.
You don't ever like tailor anything to pop off.
I did. I honestly the Patriots Chargers safety.
Oh yeah,
tweet,
yeah. That's like a designed viral tweet,
right? Like this. I think that this would go viral.
Yes,
I had a Harambe one that got. Oh, when Ryan Lochte posted an apology, I circled a bunch of letters and wrote like, "Oh my God," and it said, "I killed Harambe."
Yeah,
and this was like very, very, very post Harambe, like post like the 5th wave of Harambe. I think that got like I don't know a couple thousand retweets.
There you go.
But those are the only ones. I
don't think
I would feel really weird though if one of my tweets did like go Blackburn viral, because your tweets, people, we've talked about this. Your tweets are accessible; people will understand them. What if let's scroll through some of my like I don't even know when. Let me see if there's anything I've tweeted ever to even try to be funny. Maybe I'm looking like I don't have any earnest tweets here. I just have like quote tweets of like, "This is a great song. This has been the most disappointing 5 minutes of my life." That could be I don't know what that was. That was probably a soccer thing.
It could be literally anything for you.
Right.
My top tweets. Fellas, is it gay to enjoy a hot beverage? NFL, my son just humped a hole into our sectional couch. I hope you're happy. Bruins lose after Brad Marchand has the worst shootout try in the history of the sport. I forgot about this one. This was also a big one from the month of February. Fucking canceled about Carrie Underwood's son, who thought that her job was to wash the laundry.
How many did that get?
It got 1.7 million impressions.
I don't know what that means. What,
Me either.
Does it get how many retweets?
Let me see. It got 344 retweets and 8,000 likes.
Okay, so now let's do by comparison. I finally found like an actual DJ tweet. I had to go back to February 25th. The debate should be Bernie, Warren, Stephen A., the person who said Quentin Tarantino didn't give Margot Robbie the appropriate amount of lines, Quentin Tarantino. What if that got like... What if suddenly that got like 6,000 retweets?
You would hate your life.
I would be so uncomfortable.
You would hate your life because you would be looking at like all the responses of people who don't get your brand of humor, and they'd all be like, what?
This ain't
what?
it.
What? Yeah. L.
yeah. The what? Who is it? Who's throwing
Floyd
the L?
Mayweather.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather throwing the L.
And then there's the Kobe Bryant one where he's got like the slam dunk contest card, and he's like, "Oh!" He holds it up, and it's just the letter L.
That's what we. All right, we need to make. Let's force. I'll send out some little signal of like, "Hey, everybody, 3 hours from now," and then 3 hours from that, I'll send out a tweet. Everybody's got to retweet it. Got to get into the hundreds, and then. Even if you retweet it, then you got to start responding to it with L. With L. What's his face? Ezekiel Elliott eating the cereal. L. Eating all the L's. A lot of this ain't it. My tweets are trash. I feel like my tweets used to be funny for me at least. But I'm looking. I don't even have any like jokes or anything anymore.
Yeah, I gotta be honest.
My Twitter account
haven't seen any heaters from you lately.
Yeah,
it's all right. You'll get back there.
What? I'm weighing in on which Chargers uniforms are the best.
I feel like a lot of your stuff recently has been like BST related and like NBC related.
I mean, BST has its own Twitter account. It can. Yeah. It can speak for
itself.
Stay
in your lane, bro.
Well, your awesome tweet. This tweet should have gone viral. If the Bruins had signed Kovalchuk, they could have still gotten Kasha, then traded Heinen as part of a package for someone better. Whoops. Damn. That blew up.
Surprised that didn't pop up.
That should go. Yeah, okay. So in conclusion, we already knew my Twitter account sucks, but holy shit, is my Twitter account is having an anti-moment.
Yeah, mine is having a moment. We're in opposite places right now.
Nice. One of my friends tweeted that he was going to a Josh Gondelman. You know who he is? He's a comedian. He's like a writer, but he's got some shows coming up in Boston. And my friend tweeted that he was excited that he was going to it. And I DM'd him. I was like, I wouldn't say this on Twitter because it would sound mean, but I wanted to respond. Seinfeld 2000 forever, motherfucker. And he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, that guy created Seinfeld today. And he was like, oh, what's that? And I was like, that was and I told him the Seinfeld 2000 story and then went through some of Modern Seinfeld's tweets. And
is that how you ended up on one of mine? Because you favorited like a years old one of mine.
Yes, I did. Yeah, today I was going through them and somebody, Modern Seinfeld tweeted something. And this was like late Modern Seinfeld before he quit because he was just getting killed by us. Responding like, not modern enough.
L.
L. Let's find old Seinfeld, Modern Seinfeld tweets and just hammer them with Zeke just shoveling L's into his mouth. But there was one that you responded to with Jerry getting up and walking away.
Because it was like
that was an amazing instance of cyberbullying.
Oh yeah, and it was because it was so funny though because the Seinfeld 2000 or Modern Seinfeld did like blah blah somebody hacks blah blah and then Seinfeld 2000 was speaking of hack. That was what my response was to. It was just a whelp. Gotta get out of here.
All right, let me see if I can find
L.
Okay. Seinfeld today, January 11th, 2015. Kramer pitches an insane ad to McDonald's. Quote, sure, everyone loves your burger, but what if you made it seem like your burgers loved everyone? This has 1.3 thousand retweets. So I'm not feeling so bad about my Twitter. Again, I don't want retweets or anything like that, but I don't feel so bad about my Twitter having an anti-moment.
Because
people were eating up that shit.
But also look at the current climate of Twitter and like what gets retweets. There are some dumb ass fucking tweets that get like 85,000 retweets.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
Yeah, we have friends who like dumb themselves down on Twitter, and you'll see something and you'll be like, "Oh man, he's so much funnier in real life." I wonder what if he had just been himself? Probably nothing.
Yeah,
he had to dumb himself down.
Yeah. I also see like people like performing like Twitter shit to get engagement.
Oh yeah, performative Twitter. That's a big thing.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like it's annoying, but like you also see that it works for a lot of people. So I'm like, I get it.
Oh yeah,
I just wish that it didn't work.
Yeah. How different do you think your Twitter... We'll get back to this Seinfeld thing because I am interested in it. But how different do you think your Twitter would be if you didn't get Twitter?
Like so different.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Interesting.
But I think that like for like a while I was like performative Twitter. I was like, oh, let me do this because it's gonna get like a shitload of retweets or whatever.
Good.
I don't
build that base.
I don't care as much anymore. Like it doesn't like Twitter annoys me more than anything, I guess.
I mean, I think you did you probably did some. I'm trying to think of a band that would be a good example of this, but like, hey, you know what? I'll work with co-writers. I'll do the 1564 like basic songs. I know that's gonna get me a record deal. And now, once everyone trusts me and knows that I'm good at this,
I'm going to make my own shit.
Right, I'm going to give them. They clearly think that I have good ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna really get out there a little bit. Kendrick Lamar might be a good example of that.
Fair enough. Yeah. It was like what I want. I would say it's very John Mayer. Like John
Mayer's the best example.
John Mayer like went out there and he made like generic pop songs and like became a star through that route. And then he was like, nah, I'm like an indie guy or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some shit that's not gonna pop off on the radio.
Yeah.
And he just made a bunch of that. So like, yeah, I think that's like
It's
kind
the
of what I've
reverse
done.
Maroon 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maroon
yeah,
5's like, hey, you want some shit you haven't heard before? And everyone's like, this is great. Awesome. And
Yeah.
they're like, but what if I was at a payphone? All right.
It's kind of the route that I always wish that Ed Sheeran was gonna go, and like I thought that he was going there
Yeah.
for a while, and now he just keeps making like the pop stuff.
Yeah, stop doing fucking first dance songs,
Yeah.
bro. You know? Just shred for a bit.
Yeah.
I wonder, you think Ed Sheeran's a good guitar player?
Yeah,
I bet he is.
Yeah.
Because I bet he's good at everything.
yeah, 100%.
So just like
he's
fucking-
definitely not the best songwriter, as
Right.
we found out.
I know. Although that Penguin song, woo, that was good. Let's do the Ed Sheeran have more guitar solos or play a guitar solo challenge.
Play guitar solo coward.
Yes,
Challenge.
play a guitar solo. All right, Kramer pitches an insane ad to McDonald's. Sure, everyone loves your burgers, but what if you made it seem like your burgers loved everyone? First response, at Seinfeld today. Shut the fuck up. From Seinfeld 2000.
Oh my god.
And this was, I love I love the post Seinfeld 2000 responses to Seinfeld Today tweets, because once Seinfeld 2000 came out, everyone decided, oh yeah, you're right, this shit is lame.
Yeah.
So it went from like, this is so hilarious, like tagging friends, you've got to follow this account, to he says, shut the fuck up. The other response is,
Like Seinfeld 2000 got people to delete their tweets praising.
oh, for sure.
Praising modern Seinfeld.
End this madness, is someone with a check mark. Swing and a miss, says someone. Let's see. How would he get that meeting? This is stupid.
I mean, he got
fuck
a meeting
off.
with Calvin Klein.
What if Garg? What if Garg think he have Ebola? Terrible. Someone responded, and then he killed them. What if Seinfeld today funny like Seinfeld 2000? Cram sue you for not being modern. Hire Jackie Childs and call Seinfeld 2000 to testify, but he overslept with Lena Funham.
What?
So weird. So amazing. All right, so that was a good check-in on Twitter. Every now and then we get to the bottom of, hey, what's happening on Twitter?
Yeah, and I don't want to be the
In a
podcast that's
twist-
like we're like the two hosts talk about their Twitter.
Right, but every now and then it can be good. I mean, how would anybody have known that your Twitter's doing great and mine's not doing so hot if we hadn't just told them?
Yeah,
there would
that's
be no
definitely-
other way of knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
The people who got into our podcast from Twitter would have no way of knowing that one of our Twitters is good and kept clean, and like I don't wash my Twitter. It would be a good way of
Fair.
looking at it.
Yeah.
You get you get your tires rotated and stuff.
Your Twitter smokes cigarettes.
Oh yeah, my Twitter is a pre-owned Twitter that smells like cigarettes.
The
and I don't
Carfax has
smoke
been like been altered.
Oh God, if we did like a Carfax on our Twitters, oh man. Okay, so that was some good Twitter talk.
Speaking of Twitter, though, shout out to the people that gave the feedback on last week's episode with Paul Samuel Doman. We got some
didn't
really
need
good
it.
feedback.
We knew that it was awesome.
Yeah.
But thank you for everybody for telling us how great it was, because you could tell. I listened back to it. You could tell we were having a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. And that guy rules.
Oh, he's awesome. Let's talk about Love Is Blind, because everyone's talking about it, and I don't feel like watching that show. How about you?
I've watched the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an Ellen passion project that I had
Okay.
to jump onto. It is ridiculous and it's entertaining, but like, it's terrible.
Okay.
It's a very bad show.
And I'm okay for skipping it?
Yeah,
I've been told so many things
You would get
about
no
it.
enjoyment out of it.
Okay. I might as well go on Twitter then.
Yeah, I did watch The Circle on Netflix, which is like a similar show.
Okay.
It's like a social media based show where like all these people live in a building, and they're like competing to be the most popular amongst each other.
Yeah.
and they get to like vote each other off based off of their like social profiles and like the chats. They're basically like a fully online competition where like some of them are catfishing. Some of them are being themselves. But at the end of the day, you want to be the most popular one.
Oh, this is
It rules.
everything I don't want to.
No, it's awesome.
Okay.
It is very, very interesting, and it's very stupid, but it is a great watch. I liked it a lot.
Well, in our prep for Martha's Vineyard, learning about it, getting ready for Beach Road Weekend, #ad, I did look up, is there are there any TV shows set on Martha's Vineyard? And there is one with 8 episodes, so we're going to have to be watching that. It is called The Vineyard. It's an American docusoap that premiered on ABC Family on July 23rd, 2013. It chronicles the lives of 11 young adults who work together at the Black Dog restaurant and are murdered one by one. That last part, I added.
I was going to say, what?
You're like, that sounds like an amazing show when you add, like, they drop off one by one.
Yeah.
But no, it's just about
Is this
11.
a reality show or no?
It's a docusoap series.
So is that like Laguna Beach? Because that's what I thought The Vineyard was.
Docusoap does sound like a good description of Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
So it's just like Laguna Beach and
on Martha's Vineyard. Which
so it's like
way worse.
Bunch of white people in one place instead of a bunch of people in another place.
Yes, it's East Coast Laguna Beach.
Okay.
I mean, it's got to not be good. There are 8 episodes, one season.
Well, only one way to find out.
I'm down to watch.
Yeah, we're gonna be digging into that. We're gonna be talking about that
early 2013 too. That has a chance to be terrible.
That's very post Laguna Beach. Although it's not. I guess it's like post The Hills. Maybe that's
even the Hills was like mid 2000s, wasn't it?
The Hills was probably 2007 through. I don't know when it ended. The Hills probably ended
2006 2010.
Okay,
so like mid 2000s. So it was late on that train.
Was done for a while.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds terrible. We're gonna for sure get to the bottom of it. In the meantime, there is new Heim, which means damn it, I said it the wrong way. Paul Thomas Anderson's working again, and so that means that there's new Heim.
Yeah, really.
That's becoming a thing. Some people I do follow now are jumping on that. They're a little late on it, but the Paul Thomas Anderson Heim humor.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Where you been?
Yeah. You've been making Paul Thomas Anderson Heim things from the brunch account for like years now.
Yeah. I do love that he has graduated. I'm glad to see that he's doing more than just Heim music videos. Now he's doing Heim cover shoots.
He is?
He shot the cover photo.
That's what a weird overqualified
I mean,
thing.
I know that it's probably been happening for like the past year or so, but like even like mainstream media are like close family friend and frequent collaborator Paul Thomas Anderson.
That's the funniest thing in the world. So there's a new Heim music video for the song The Steps, which is the 4th song they've put out post Something to Tell You. This is my favorite of the songs. Is it top 2 for you? You're still team Now I'm In It.
I'm still Now I'm In It, but yeah, I think this is the second one. I did like Hallelujah, but it's a little like low energy.
Right, sure. And it's kind of it's that James Taylor, Simon and Garfunkel acoustic guitar with a couple hammer-ons here and there. We've done it a few times in our day. This song I think is great. Metallica fans out there, if you know the song The Unforgiven, years later Metallica put out another song called The Unforgiven 2, and then years later they put out a song called The Unforgiven 3. Unforgiven and Unforgiven 2 are both classic songs. Anyway, I would say that The Steps is like The Wire 2. It's kind of in the same family, same vibe, same energy.
It's not quite as catchy.
The Wire. No, I mean The Wire is real, elite earworm stuff. But I love everything about this song. I like the guitars are great. You got your wailing electric guitar, and then you got some acoustic there. But the drums sound beautiful, very, very modern Vampires of the City, and that's probably because the same people are producing it. Ariel Rekshide as always, but Rostam, I have to check. I think he's producing this whole album, which will be interesting because my favorite songs off of Something to Tell You, some of them at least, were Walking Away and Kept Me Crying. Kept Me Crying I thought was a very underrated song, and he did both of those songs. So we do have new Haim coming. They have set a date for their album to come out. That's April 24th, right?
It's somewhere around there, yeah.
Something like that. But also now we have 4 songs out. So like we kind of know a lot about it already. How do you feel so far about this third chapter of Haim? Women in Music Part 3, as it's called.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned because we have 4 songs, and I don't think that like any one of them are like true A+. And I don't know if they would like release the true A+. I think like Now I'm In It is in the A category. I would say The Steps is probably like high B for me.
Okay, I would say this. I would just reverse those, but
Okay.
I agree. So like there's like 1 A, 1 high B. Yeah,
And then like the other 2, I can give
fine.
Yeah, like take them or leave them.
Right.
But like I do like the sound. Like it's still Haim. I'm not totally worried. I'm sure that I'm gonna pick something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a little concern that it's gonna like fall a little bit short because the first 2 were great. The first 2 albums were unbelievable.
So this is maybe existential a bit, but do you think that Haim will always be chasing Days Are Gone? Because Days Are Gone is a perfect debut album. Like that was their first album, and I know that it came after them being around for a while, and everyone was like, "Yo, is Haim gonna make an album at some point?"
Yeah.
They came out with a debut album that was like
Blew
it would have been
everybody's
like the
socks
Eagles'
off.
10th album or something,
Yeah.
you know. So I wonder if they're always going to be chasing because.
It would be hard for me to put it that way because I honestly think that Something to Tell You is better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I love both of them, but I mean, Days Are Gone has, all right, track listing is Falling, Forever, The Wire, If I Could Change Your Mind, Honey and I, Don't Save Me, Days Are Gone, My Song 5, Go Slow, Let Me Go, Running If You Call My Name. Maybe Running If You Call My Name is the only song that somebody would say isn't like the best song in the world, but I think that's the best song in the world, and all of those songs are serious.
Yeah.
Let Me Go could be the lead single off a million other albums, and it's an afterthought in this album because it's so stacked.
Yeah, now that you go through the track listing, it's a little bit better than I remember, I guess, because
Every song
because
on it
it's
is-
well, I think like the thing that always sticks out to me about Days Are Gone is that it took me like 2 years to get into the back half of the album. Because I was so obsessed with the first half of the album that I never ended up like exploring beyond that. And then when I got to the back half, I was like, "Oh, all this shit is good too."
Yeah.
So I just remember like Something to Tell You. I was more like front to back. Love this. Gonna listen through it the entire way. But yeah, I think that it's closer than I remembered.
Ludwig Göransson, as I look at this track listing, couple of contributions to Days Are Gone.
Hell yeah.
Forever, of course. I did not know. Maybe I'd forgotten that he produced Go Slow. That is a great song. SD Haim vocals on the second verse, just lovely. So Haim is back. It's exciting. We'll see if they can continue to meet the high bar they set in 2013 with that.
Also, another
debut.
note on the Paul Thomas Anderson thing. What makes it even funnier?
Cool
to
video, by the way. Good work. Cool,
right?
Cool video.
Yeah, but it's the same thing that every Haim Paul Thomas Anderson collab is. It's just them doing stuff.
Yeah.
them just like
Walking down the street.
walking around, dancing up and down some
Brushing their
steps,
teeth.
jumping in the pool, brushing some teeth. Like that's what's so funny to me is that like they're not
Was that
ambitious.
performative? You think they were bragging? You think they were
We got good hygiene.
letting everyone know they brushed their teeth?
Yeah. Well, what I mean on the flip
What are you trying to
side,
say about the rest of us?
on the flip side, Esty is literally eating lipstick, which is very uncomfortable for me to watch.
Esty's so cool.
It's so weird. But yeah, I was saying, it's so funny to me because they're not ambitious music videos. It's just them doing stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody could have shot this.
But it's probably shot in, 16 millimeter?
yeah,
Is
and
that
it looks great.
Yeah,
And it's Paul Thomas Anderson. Who's going to say no to that?
exactly. So great stuff. Good job, everybody. Keep it coming. We are now going to continue our relentless coverage of Beach Road Weekend 2020 by drafting things about Beach Road Weekend. That's all it is. Where it can be bands, it can be things to do. We're just going to do a draft of things for that weekend. Would you like to... Who should go first?
It's your idea, so you can get the first pick.
How about this? We'll do some polling order determination and flip a coin. Oh, I go first.
Okay.
I just flipped it.
Bernie goes last.
Yeah. Man. What do
I've got a good list here, so I'm not worried.
Shoot, you know what? I'm taking Father John Misty number 1 overall.
Okay, that's very on brand. I'm very tempted to hijack something just right off the bat. You know what? I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to hijack something that I know that's going to make you mad.
Yeah.
Grocery store trips.
Great.
We're gonna be spending the weekend
getting
together.
there and going to the grocery store.
And I think we're locking down a house. Mm-hmm. So grocery store shopping is going to be huge for us.
Yes. Beach Road Weekend. Can you get us a house also?
Yes.
Okay. Number 3. What? Let's see. I'm gonna take a big one. Water.
Okay. Is that like drinking water? Is that the ocean, or is it just a all-encompassing water?
I mean, if you'll give me the works, I'll gladly take it. I was gonna say getting some water when we're watching the bands.
Okay. All right.
Nothing feels better than getting some water at a music festival. These are gonna heat up, by the way. So we're just getting getting the big ones out of the way.
Yeah. Here. So like on that, I'm gonna play off that pick from you. Water.
You gonna say food?
No. I'm going to say trying to sober up around sunset. That's like a big musical festival
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Great.
Like when the sun goes down, you're like, "Oh, I'm really feeling it." I bet I got to gather myself a little bit so that I can make it through the rest of the night.
Okay, my next one is going to be how about Beck's mid to late 90s work with the Dust Brothers. So Odelay and Midnight Vultures. Obviously, Mutations was the big hit of that run, but that came in the middle. Midnight Vultures, probably my favorite Beck album. Also, Guero in 2005, also produced by the Dust Brothers and Tony Hoffer. He went on to produce Tally Hall's Good and Evil. It's a bit mouthy, but I've already got most of that written down.
Okay. Right now, I'm going to go with Coffee Outside.
Oh, like iced coffee?
Sure.
Or coffee in the morning.
Coffee in the morning outside. Just waking up, making a cup of coffee,
sitting
out on
the
like
porch?
a deck or a porch,
yes.
dude. That is one of the best things of all time about the summer.
Oh shit! Now you're making me nervous that this is going to get stolen, so I got to take it. Getting some ice cream.
I have that on my list.
That's either at the festival, that's during the day, or just like taking like a 3-hour break from the music, leaving the grounds.
I think that's
just
like a big
roaming the vineyard, getting some ice cream.
I think that's a big like vineyard activity. Let's go get some ice cream.
Just getting some ice cream.
Yeah, I bet they have I bet there's a ton of just like mom and pop ice cream shops around the vineyard.
Yeah.
So all right, you took that one from me. This one is like a basic bitch one, but dope Instagrams. We're gonna get some dope Instagrams.
Ah, yes. Dope Instagrams. All right. How about the tight sound of Lake Street Dive that was crafted and refined through years of playing together?
Okay, yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah. I had that one too.
I know. I mean, there are harmonies. Mike Calabrese, Bridget Kearney, they are just locked in.
Is that a separate pick, or is that
No.
all part of the same pick? Okay,
No, that's all together.
Okay. Saying we're vineyard guys.
Oh, nice.
That's gonna be I think that's gonna be a big thing. We're gonna
being able
in the moment and in the future.
Say
Like that's a pick for now and a pick for the long term.
Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna take it because I'm afraid you might steal it. Doing some flowy clothes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Maybe some linen.
Oh hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah. I have planning outfits and outfit planning, but I think that can fall into that category.
I'll say this: there is far less pressure, I think, for outfit planning at this sort of festival. I think
definitely.
I think that this could legitimately be, you wear a freaking polo and everyone will be like, "Oh, cool polo. Where'd you get it?" Where you wouldn't be caught dead doing that at some other stuff.
Definitely not.
There's going to be some low clothing pressure at this festival.
Absolutely. I'm probably just going to rock some graphic tees. I don't even know if I'll bring a
Nice.
basketball jersey. It doesn't seem like a basketball jersey sort of music festival.
Interesting.
But it's on the Vineyard, and it's
Right.
going to be in the middle of the summer, so
Right, it's
maybe
gonna
I
be
will.
hot.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Maybe some linen basketball jerseys.
Listening to The Funeral and Laredo by Band of Horses,
Cool.
because those are two unbelievable songs that have a ton of nostalgia appeal to me.
The Funeral and Laredo by Band of Horses. I'm gonna do the Beach Club VIP experience. That's right, Beach Road Weekend.
We're planning
could
on
they
it.
be could they be VIP passes, please? How about that?
There you go.
Well, let's look up what the Beach Road VIP experience is. All right. The beachfront viewing area it comes with Beach Club VIP lounges, Beach Club culinary experience, Beach Club drinks, less interested there, on-site VIP concierge, phone charging stations, and then everything else that you get, like free water and soft drinks. Free soft drinks?
Damn, this is
Thank you, Beach Road Weekend. Yeah. Thank you, Beach Road
Dude,
Weekend.
I'm gonna be pounding
Art
gingers.
installations.
Eh,
Check out a little art.
I don't know.
Deluxe bathrooms. Access to Beach Road Weekend Oasis.
Like the band Oasis?
I was gonna say they should have put them higher on the billing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. I think the state. Let me look at the map. It says 2 stages side by side. Does that mean that you can just stand in one place and never have to walk around? Because that would be quite nice.
I'm down with that. I have hashtag ad content.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be a big
Doing
part of
some.
the
Yeah, we should toss them back some stuff for all they're giving us.
Yeah.
That was nice of you. Add content. I'm going to go a little off the board here, and I'm going to say I'm going to take 15th overall. The warm tones of Lee Pardini on the electric piano. He plays in the band Dawes, and he's very, very good. I like this keyboard player probably more than I like the band he's in.
Okay.
But we're gonna check out Dawes and listen to Dawes, and
My boss, my editor at CBS loves Dawes.
Big Dawes guy?
He keeps telling us to check out Dawes.
really,
Yeah.
the Dawes is solid. Lee Pardini even better.
Okay. Nice. I have this one. I'm going to go off the board here too as well. Riding bikes. I think that we
Yeah.
could be like just casual bike guys this weekend.
That's
at Martha's
such a
Vineyard.
good call. That's such a good call. All right, how about this is a good one. This is a very good one because I've done this before. Checking out Guster's set.
Okay.
Guster, we'll check out Guster.
Yeah, I don't have any
You're not-
strong feelings. But
You're not going to have a bad
I'm not gonna
time
say
listening
no.
to Guster. And watching them play, they put on a fun, chill, nice show for the type of vibe that I think this place is trying to cultivate. I think Guster was a very good get.
Okay. Hunting vineyard celebs.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't like hunting, but
Yes. No, I mean like actually.
how about can I put you down for finding/becoming vineyard celebs?
Absolutely, that sounds a lot better.
Vineyard celebs. I can't believe this is still on the board. But actually, this would be too similar. I was going to say hanging out with Paul Samuel Dolman.
I have him,
But-
yeah.
Should that just be included in that?
I
Okay.
have Paul Samuel Dolman as a completely its own category.
Cool, I'll take it.
I have Paul Samuel Dolman and in parentheses and references to Paul Samuel Dolman.
Nice. So I'm just going to take that right off the board for you. References. Actually, I'll do Paul Samuel Dolman, and you can be references to Paul Samuel Dolman. That puts me back on the board. References to Paul Samuel Dolman. Happy Pills by Norah Jones.
Okay,
One of my
yeah.
favorite songs.
Very good. Here's one. Hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
The boys are gonna be eating hot dogs. I already know that.
Get up in the morning, have your coffee on the porch, and then we're grilling hot dogs. Oh, I'm so glad this is still available. I forgot. This wasn't even written down, but it was definitely in the back of my head. Running into some Bruntouchables, talking for a few minutes, really enjoying it, and then both sides feeling very okay with going their separate ways.
Okay, yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I hope it happens.
Yeah. Wouldn't that rule?
Yeah, absolutely.
For everybody.
And then
Like,
you see him like later in the weekend. You just give him a nice hi.
Yeah.
And then you just keep going.
Good to see you again. Yeah.
Having a good time.
I don't. If I see someone wearing a brunch shirt and I'm like, "Hey, brunch," hey, and then we start talking about it, I don't want them to feel like I'm going to be like, "All right, can you buy me some ice cream now?" Very good guys, us.
How about this one? And you can tell that I might be a little bit hungry here. Oysters.
Ooh, that might be. Do you think that comes with the VIP Beach Road thing?
I mean, culinary experience lends towards oysters. Like how many things that like you eat would you call a culinary experience?
That's true. Not many things that I eat.
That's true. Yes.
Pete, oysters in parentheses culinary. How many should we go? We're 24 deep.
I've still got some picks here, so we can keep going as long as you want to keep going.
Okay. Let's see. Petting dogs on our way to and from things when we're walking around.
Yeah, Vineyard is a big dog place.
Yeah.
Black dogs.
Petting other
too.
people's dogs.
Yes.
We'll go to 30.
Okay. So how many more picks do I get left?
You have 3 more.
3 more. Damn. Okay, that's gotta. All right. Let me see. Okay, how about this one? The Head and the Heart's first 2 albums.
Nice. Oh. Telling people how the ferry was. How was the ferry? That was good. You put our car. You put your car on it. Yeah.
I would say I think that a stronger pick there might be an overall encompassing ferry talk.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be like, what time's the ferry?
Yeah.
Should we catch the ferry?
Yep.
What time do we need to leave to catch the ferry?
Oh shit! Now make your next pick because I got a good.
All right. I think this is gonna be a big one. Debating between summer beers and seltzers.
Yes. Ferry food on the return trip.
Oh, they do food on the ferry?
Oh, they do food in the ferry.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
Did you do some ferry research?
I did some ferry food. Ferries always have like snack bars and stuff, and they'll have like hot dogs. Sometimes they'll have beers.
Okay.
They'll have drinks and stuff. So beers. I came back from a wedding that was in the Hamptons, and
Congrats.
hungover the next day coming back. Did like a beer and chicken fingers on the ferry. It was great.
All right, nice.
Yeah. It's kind of your last chance to be bad for the weekend, you know?
That's true, yeah. This is my last pick?
Yeah.
Last pick. Comparing music festivals.
Oh, nice.
I think that's going to be this thing at this place, I liked when the other music festival did this, or this like Beach Road Weekend is doing the festival better than this festival. I'm so glad that we skipped Boston Calling to do Beach Road Weekend instead. #ad.
Yes. All right. Well, that concludes both this draft and this episode. Thank you to Beach Road Weekend. We'd love to be part of all this. What do you think?
#ad.